I would think mental health, mood changes is on 60 to 70% of my patient intake forms.
Rosie, for you, was it the change in mental health that kind of gave you that first signal? Because we get introduced to your journey in episode 2, and exploring getting pregnant, and during that time you found out you're perimenopausal. But what were those symptoms that was like, what's going on? These are these changes. Because I think as a yoga teacher and meditation teacher, it's like I feel like we're also all much more aware of our bodies
Yeah.
and the changes in our state. So what was it for you?
Yeah, I think that it was exactly that. My mental health was beginning to decline, and I was experiencing thoughts and feelings that I hadn't ever had. And, I always joke because I'm like, yeah, the way that I grew up, in East LA in a gang riddled environment with drive-by shootings and, having PTSD and all of the symptoms that brought me to the world of mental health and yoga and meditation and mindfulness as a practice and becoming a teacher, I felt so equipped with all of the tools and all of the practices. It's just like with the same thing you were both experiencing, right? And I think that the clue for me was feeling the mental decline that I continue to blame on. I'm just going through it because of these miscarriages, that I continued to revert back to that experience, but when it wasn't letting up and it continued to decline, and I started to feel like nothing was giving me pleasure, like I was feeling zero joy and zero pleasure in anything I was doing or feeling, even when I was with Tori or with my family, like I just felt completely disconnected from the world. And what really clued me in was the feeling of not wanting to be here, you
Mm.
know, like that feeling of like, why am I even here? Like, what am I doing here? Like,
Mhm.
what is the purpose of this life? And I think that instantly clued me in, like, okay, that sounds like not this is not a good sign. Like
Yeah.
this does not sound healthy and it does not sound good. And so I think that's when I started to Google and ask the questions of like, why am I feeling like this? What's happening? And I'd go to the doctor and I'd get the blood work and everything's normal, everything's normal. But I'm like, but my mind, it's not normal. Like these, something is not right. I get up in the morning after doing my practice and I don't feel the euphoric experience that I do. And I'm not saying I
Mhm.
feel this ecstatic, you know, joyful, fully connected all the time, but as you both also experience, like there is a feeling of groundedness that you feel after you do a practice, right? Like that's why we do these that's why we believe in these modalities because they work, right? And for centuries, for centuries, they've worked. This isn't something that's just people have invented over the last 100 years. These
Mhm.
are practices that have been around for longer than any of us and any of this. But when you start to feel the effects of other things happening, it's hard to reconcile like the information I'm getting, the information I'm feeling, it's not computing, and I think that that's sort of where I got clued in to the fact that this was something else.
It's scary not knowing. It's scary and feeling so disconnected. Yeah.
Oh,
Well, you found your way.
well, yes.
Thank
It has a
goodness.
happy ending for all.